Aloha everyone. Kind of surprising, even despite the red session, once again, another more than handful of long signals, 5 new long signals, 2 add signals of quality. At least the number's lower than the past few sessions, which is good. But the lower number in the red market might also be indicating that the stocks that are holding this thing up are probably ready to give up, especially if the tape decides to keep selling off. Futures are already lower by 0.25% across the board in the market as I make this video, and I don't know what time it is, but let's see, what time is it? 7:57 Eastern time right now, so it's not looking good. So I want everybody to realize the New York Stock Exchange advanced decline line has now officially set a series of lower highs and lower lows. The NASDAQ advanced decline line has already done that. The high yield bonds, HYG and JNK, are in complete rollover mode now after setting a very long topping process. So you combine that with the Investors Intelligence Survey that's got a spread between the bulls and bears at levels not seen since 1987, and everything is lining up for a what could turn out to be a severe crack in the stock market if we don't see any buying pressure come in. The IBB is pretty oversold. There was a little tail today on strong volume indicating of a possible bottoming reversal, but the mere fact that more work was done on the downside than in the upside and that we did not close in the upper half of the range means that we still might need to break even lower to really flush out the last bulls that are holding on. But with all that said, still got 5 new long positions, so let's hit them up. I want to make it very clear, if you're looking for the best signals with the best patterns with the best chance of success, you're all off right now. Everything is against you right now if you decide to trade this market. So if you decide to put 10% of your capital per the 10 names as per this methodology, you must realize you have over a 65 to 70% chance that your trade is going to fail, because not only is the advanced decline line and all that I just mentioned against you, but don't forget the RSI 14, MACD 12, 26, 9 momentum trending oscillators that I follow are all heading lower, have all set a series of lower highs and lower lows also in every major market index. So everything is against you now. There has been no bottoming attempt in the market. There's been no follow-through day. So all of these long signals are just holding up. If the market turns tomorrow, they could all produce some serious gains, but the market continues to sell off. If they all fail, I won't be shocked. So that's why you'll notice small asset allocations for all these names, tight stops on all of these names, and right now I am still so fully invested in tracking so many stocks, still 250 that I'm either tracking or long. I'm not long 250, but I'm tracking 250 and or long for the end of day portion of this website. It's an insane amount, so I'm still fully invested, which means that the majority are rallying because evidently and obviously, well, not evidently, but obviously I do not hold stocks trending lower, so I can't be long anything that's losing money. So everything is working that's currently working. With that being said, all I can allocate my capital to any of these names is 0.5%. That's the most. I can't even put 1% in all of these names. So let's run through them. SPAR, this is a CanSlim Perfect Speculator quality stock. I want to get long, limit order 1480. First and only cut loss for everyone should be 1370. I'm not even telling you where I'm putting my second half because it's at a 4% count capital. I'm putting 0.5% so I can give it room to work. If you know how I trade, then you'll probably just tell by looking at this chart where my final stop will be. But for everyone, all you need to know, 1370 is your final stop. 1480, SPAR's Perfect Speculator, CanSlim Quality. Then there's Sky W. Sky W is in my CanSlim Quality scan. It's also hitting a new 52-week high and above average volume, but it's a little extended. So I want to work a limit order just above this day here, just above the 4650. So I'm going to be using 4655 as my limit order on Sky W. First cut loss right here, 4550. Final cut loss right here, 4280. If you get long, I don't recommend you using the second stop, but it's not too far away and it won't be too damaging on the second half of the position if it fails, because if this level fails, you'll be raising all or half of your stops before this low ever comes into play. Pretty strong looking stock though, so I want to get long Sky W. 4655, 45.50 should be your only cut loss, but 42.80 is not too far away either. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2 there. And then FIZZ, we tried Fizz back here. It failed. Found support at the 200-day moving average. It's building a series of higher highs and higher lows. Pocket pivot point signal following Tuesday session, excuse me. It's only Tuesday. I get so confused with the time zone differences around the world. Fizz, limit order, 99.01, 2% of my account capital because it's canceled quality. First cut loss, right there, 95.49. Final cut loss, you can either use this low here or what I'm going to be using, 91.49 on Fizz. And then there's Echo. Echo, I like the setup, but it's a little extended from its 20-day moving average. Also slightly wedging higher. It's not like it was wedging lower, then printed this candle near the support. But Echo, want to get long. 0.5% of my account capital and everyone else. That's what the asset allocation is for this one. 24.10, first cut loss. 23.10, me, the only one I'll be using. A move below this low right here, 22.45. And then Herc. Herc only showed up in my tertiary scan, but I do like this chart pattern overall. With Herc breaking back up through the 50-day moving average after opening below it this morning, well above average volume after a very quiet low volume pullback. While that low volume pullback was happening, BOP went from yellow back to green, adding on to the green BOP it already saw in the previous September uptrend. So with Herc, I want to get long, limit order 14.80. 0.5% of my account capital once again. The one and only cut loss everybody should be looking at is 41.45, but there's another level on the second half of my position I will be using, but once again, just like on SPAR, it's a little further away, more than a month away also, so I won't be posting it to everybody, but if you know how I trade, you know how I use support levels, just by looking at this chart, you should be able to see the level in September that I will be using as my final cut loss level. And once again, if Herc fails this low before it hits those September lows or those mid-September lows, I will be moving all or part of my stop up depending on the volume and the BOP action. Now the ad signals, CETV, I was knocked out of all of it on my end, so I don't have a position anymore, but it's still a 50% hold on the end of day basis. CETV is giving a candle over candle, bullish price bar hammer candle pattern, a bullish hammer candle over candle price pattern print on above average volume with BOP moving back to green just like it did on Herc, which is why I like it. CETV, I want to get long, limit order 450, and the one and only cut loss for everyone and me, 430. Moves below 435, I'll be out of all of CETV, and that will actually, if it closes below 435, will be a full 100% sell signal on CETV on an end-of-day basis. Then PLT shook me out. Part of my position, I had my first stop here, shook me out here. It's now giving an ad signal, retaking the 200-day moving average on above average volume. BOP is going the wrong way, but it's still a very high green. It's not like the green fell off the cliff and almost turned yellow. It's still pretty strong. Balance of power is pretty strong in this stock. The retake of the 200-day moving average with the near high day close. It looks like the high day close on this price chart, but that's not the case. With the above average volume, want to get long PLT, limit order 50.41. It's extended from the 20-day moving average, so I can't chase it. 50.41. First cut loss level, 49.78. That new second low. Final cut loss level, the last green BOP day, the gap up low, 48.93. And that's it for the new long positions. I'm also going to add back SNDR as I moved up a tight stop on it to right below this low, 24.50. So I'm going to buy back half of that because it was already a really large position. I believe I got knocked out of 200 shares when it went below 24.50 on this day here on 11/13. So the very next day it's back. I'm going to be buying back 100 shares. Okay, everyone, be careful out there. This market's dangerous. If you have a high commission cost, if you don't like taking a lot of small positions, cash is king. Wait until we get oversold, curl, turn from oversold, get a follow-through day maybe, and or have these kind of charts sending up after the market is turning. Caro right now, that's a nice looking chart, but you know, you see a chart like this after a 5, 10, 20% pullback in the market, you know you've got a good one. Aloha.